welcome to episode 4 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. I'm actually very happy today. Yeah, I'm actually very happy today because a lot of things is ready. We have the logo ready. We have the video intro, outro ready. We decided on the background music. Everything is fantastic. I just need to edit it only lah. Okay, cool. So yeah.
So Harry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just first time doing all this kind of stuff lah. So definitely we will be improving stuff moving forward. So for now, I'm just glad that things are in motion, because before this we have no intro, no outro, no logo whatsoever. So it looks a bit more amateurish. At least now it looks a bit more semi-professional. So let's try set this as a foundation, then we see how to move forward. Oh yeah, so okay, cool. So today we are 2 crews short because Kenneth is still practicing for his tournament, and Farhan is still studying his finals. So hopefully next week both of them will be back. Then we have a full crew. There'll be like 6 people. It's gonna be fun. So, but still, today we have 4 amazing people. Oh, not 4. 3 amazing people, excluding me in the cast. We have
You're good. You're cool.
Yeah.
You're cool too.
you guys are just too kind. You guys are too kind. But still, it's not just me. We have basically I have 3 other amazing teammates in the podcast. So we have Adri. So Adri, say hi.
Hi.
All right, cool. We have Reese. Reese back. Welcome back, Reese.
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Reese being very formal today, but still he still have the gamer in him. You can show people your t-shirt, his Bowser t-shirt, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, obviously.
So
exactly.
Vintage, man. So vintage.
Are you cosplaying Doug Bowser? I'm just saying.
I used to cosplay for for Luigi though. Yeah, that if you
Oh.
cosplay.
Oh, I
Luigi,
could see that.
Yeah.
See. Boleh nampak.
All right, we are back. Of course, welcome back to Reddy as well. Hello, Reddy.
Yeah.
Last week she was
I was
sick because of
fever.
Elden Ring.
Yes.
We actually have quite a long discussion on Elden Ring. Just a quick one, right? What do you think of it? Your quick impression, your quick thoughts on Elden Ring.
Perfect.
Sorry.
That's all. Perfect.
Perfect,
All
perfect.
right.
It's so good. Like
Have you finished it?
so addicted in that. So yeah.
Have you finished it? Have you finished it? Or is it impossible to
I'm-
finish right now, right?
It is. No, I think speaking like I'm still in the early stage. The reason why I'm still in the early stage, you know why? I have to open the map first, and I had to discover some dungeon, and there are some dungeon require high level. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm still in the early stage.
Oh yeah.
Like Elden Ring, it is Dark Souls game, it is Soulborne game, but it's like a whole new level. So that's why I was like, this is one of the perfect game. Thank you so much, Miyazaki, for making this game. Domo arigato.
I don't want to dwell on this. Go ahead, Riz. Go ahead, Riz.
I've been spending like a couple of days.
Hold up.
resting. Yeah. Been trying to level up and stuff. Been trying to find a way to beat some of the bosses and stuff. So yeah, I'm enjoying myself. Yeah, definitely. I played Bloodborne. I played Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I mean, those are I think an experience that of course I'll still treasure, but in a way it's still very restricted. But this game, you're given a lot of options and stuff. So that's always good for these kind of hard games. You call get good kind of games lah.
Yeah, they get good kind of games. Not to dwell too much. Just a very quick one. When I see people play the Elden Ring, right, it reminds me of one game. Not sure you guys know about this. It's a game called Dragon's Dogma.
Oh yeah, I know the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not hard.
exactly.
It's not like a very get good kind of game like Elden Ring, but in terms of the open world ish, you get to explore a big place, and then in terms of the aesthetic, and also going into different dungeons and fight also semi hard bosses. It kind of gave me that vibe as well. So
Yep.
a bit more brownish kind of environment, right? So yeah, not to go off topic, but suddenly just reminded me of that game. All right, cool. So let's just go to what have we played over the past week. Let's start with Adri. What have you played?
I can tell you that I haven't been playing Elden Ring.
Yeah, I mean, like you have not been
Yeah.
playing. I was like wondering, what have you? Why didn't you play that?
Oh man, because I don't know, man. This game, there's a lot of other games came out. All the demos, Harry.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
demos came out. I played one demo on stream called Relayer, which is
Ah,
the
yeah.
SRPG mecha
Okay.
game, right? It's like
Mhm.
Super Robot Wars, but with the less less
Oh,
intimidating
your kind of
menus.
game. Yep, your
My
kind
kind
of
of game,
yeah.
because the mecha design looks exactly like Xenogears gear.
Ah,
They
Mm.
even call it gear in the game. So I'm like,
ah,
except
Mm.
you got
alright.
more waifus than
Ah,
Yeah, that game is like
enthusiastic
waifu galore.
protagonists.
The moment I hear
It's
my food.
Mm.
and the best part, all the waifus are named after planets and constellations. Like okay lah, people all the weeps will love it
So
lah for
so
sure.
so so the most important question is, which planet is the most pretty one?
Oh
Good question, though.
man,
That's a good question, Harry.
Yeah, that's a
no,
good question. We just go to ask the best question right now.
for me, I think the best one is one of it is called Sun, and she's the leader of the platoon, and she's my type
Oh,
of girl.
wait,
Is,
wait, you
is, it,
gotta
is it
gotta
because
Google it
she's
already.
hot?
bossy. No, I'm gonna go with
No,
bossy.
she's not bossy lah, but just just because her name is Sun, she's not the literal hottest girl in the crew lah. But yeah, her mech is very strong. It's a tanky mech, and she dish out a lot of damage lah. So she's my favorite unit in the game so far.
So she's bossy
So
lah, right? Risa is bossy. Is she bossy?
no,
Yeah. She
sort
leads
of. So
the platoon, right?
tough love, tough love. She's tough love, tough love.
Ooh, my kind of girl.
Definitely
That tough love, tough love. The harder to get, the more attractive it is to
True.
chase after.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, what else? Is there any other game you play? Is there any other games you play?
I back to Horizon Forbidden West just to finish the trophy. Like nine more trophies left. Then I platinum the game.
Interesting. I thought
Yeah.
you say you finished it already, but then once I was in the stream, I saw there's still some story stuff, or maybe that's just a trophy thing.
Oh, still got a lot of side quests.
Oh,
Still a
side
lot.
quest. All right, cool.
Yeah, still a lot
Cool.
of side quests.
Eh,
But
interesting.
the trophy doesn't require me to finish all the side quests, so I have to play specific side quests just to get the trophy. So that's why I was playing a bit.
So do you still love it more than Elden Ring, or Elden Ring better?
Oh, definitely I love more than Elden Ring.
Damn it.
Obvious reasons.
Poor
but
Horizon. Poor Horizon.
Gotta give Horizon some love because it came out again. It came out at a bad time. 2 times. It came out at a bad time 2 times. So I gotta give Horizon some love. I gotta love the underdog. It technically is an underdog of releases at this point.
Cool. Hopefully you will turn things around and then maybe win Game of the Year. Finally win Game of the Year. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
know.
It lost to Zelda when it came out, so yeah, it's gonna lose to Elden Ring
No,
for sure.
I would say that I think last time was a bit a closer kind of battle. I mean, between Horizon and Zelda, right? But this time around, Elden Ring really pushed it. Elden Ring really pushed the bar to some extent, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
the hype, and then the fans, the Miyazaki fans, like, oh, another Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
I think that yes. Sorry. I think
Oh, no
what
worries, no
Elden
worries.
Ring did is the Elden Ring just pushed the context of the gaming scenario to another new level. Of course, an open world game has been quite common, but now they're pushing it to the different levels. So this is similar what happened with Breath of the Wild back then.
Mhm.
So, but I would say back then Breath of the Wild and Horizon was not really that I think big of a difference. Kind of yeah. Of course, Breath of the Wild would get a bunch of things more better, but it's not like such a pretty variance between those quality games, right? But this time
Mhm.
around, I would say Elden Ring has just pushed it to another level, and I'm still a bit disappointed with Horizon because some of those issues that I think I raised last time.
Mm.
But I've heard there's a new I've heard there's new update where they start to reduce
Yes,
alloys
yes, I saw that.
alloys
I saw-
comments, right? So they
Yeah,
came up with
yeah,
some updates. So because I think people are complaining about how talkative, how is Ella, right? So I
Yes,
think
yes, it's
yeah,
real,
Like
it's
how
real.
how bad? Sorry, I don't play the game, but how
Yeah, I was
bad?
wondering as well.
It's
when they came up with an update, then it definitely something that's pretty bad enough because yeah.
basically when
Uh-huh.
when your pouch is full,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
pick up more stuff, you'll go to your stash, right? And then Alloy keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put it in my stash. Oh, I can find it in my stash." And then you keep hoarding, right? And she keeps saying the same thing. "Oh, I'm gonna put it in my stash. I'm gonna find it in my stash. I'll find it in my stash later."
Yo, that's really bad.
So they release a patch for her to stop talking.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah,
Holy,
exactly,
holy shit. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. Understandable. Understandable. All right, cool. Reese, what do you play? What have you played this past week?
Of course, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring. Yeah, I've been trying. I think I've just beat one of the first main boss, and I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm getting good
Oh,
at it. And then I saw,
Oh,
Oh
what
no.
was the game? Mariki or something like that. I managed to
Margit.
yeah, Market.
Margit, yes, Margit. Sorry,
Yeah.
Margit. So it was like crazy battle, and then I think I tried like 30, 40 times until I managed to uh, beat him up. And then I was like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. And then I saw
I'm
Uh,
some
done with the
guy.
game. I'm
I
done
know
with
what's
the game.
happening next already. I know what's happening next already. I know what's
And
happening
then I
next.
saw one guy I saw on YouTube who's like
Oh.
naked, holding a like a big stick,
Oh,
beating up a pretty. No, then I was like, okay.
I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Oh
you.
my god!
Literally, I'm done with the game. I'm done with the game.
It just shattered me apart. Saying, that, my what the? Oh my goodness! Those players are crazy, man. I was like, what the? I mean, how did he manage? It was like, I think level one, no damage and no equipment. Just like, oh my god, he was nailing the boss. Like, oh my goodness, it really puts me to that level where I feel like, oh my god, this is my my life sucks, man.
I think that's one thing cool about these games like Elden Ring, Souls like games where it can be difficult, but if you know the pattern of the enemies, right, it is possible to do it like naked or even don't get hit. You just have to
Yeah,
really know
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
timing.
you have to
good.
read the
Yeah.
enemy
Yeah,
movement though,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
which
really
is not
good,
so
man.
easy.
Yeah,
it's not like you're
no,
playing a
yeah,
JRPG. It's not like you're playing a JRPG where you no matter how you're gonna get hurt. You know.
yeah,
Yeah, especially
So
when you do a challenge where you can't level out your character or your weapons or
Mhm.
both.
yes,
Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah, yeah. And so far, I think, Elden Ring has been really on top of the list of games. But I'm still having some. I think I'm personally, for me personally, uh, uh may not be my type of game now. So that's it. So I think I'm maybe on Adri's side as well. So I do love the thing that they try to present the game, and I think it's really interesting. But
Mm.
maybe it requires a lot of work into it, and I'm an old guy, so times are pretty limited for me. So
Yes,
I'll
yes.
still try to figure out those things slowly. I think I won't rush to finish the game now. So that's the thing. Yeah, I'll just take my
Do
time
you play
slowly.
Elden Ring like slow, like in short burst? Your
How?
gaming
Oh,
time usually is short burst, or do you like immediately like every single time you play, right, you have to allocate like an hour, 2 or 3 hours, or is it like short burst, like I'm just gonna go
short
inside
burst.
for like
Yeah,
30 minutes?
yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm going with the short burst. Kind of just quick one, finish up one quest or something, and that's it. And he's gonna take a rest, like,
Mm,
and then just yeah, something like that.
interesting.
Yeah. I'm leveling up a lot to make up for my weakness lah. So that's the thing. So I'm leveling up a
Okay.
lot. I found like a point where I can easily level up because there's a bunch of enemies that are pretty easy to beat up.
Mm.
And then you have to just respawn again and again. So I did that, and that helps me in a way lah. But I know, I think that's one of the thing that they wanted to implement for this Elden Ring, because they want to make those difficulty more approachable to the players. Then they
Mm.
giving you options saying that, okay, worst case scenario, you can still always level up, and then once you reach a certain level, it would make the battle more easier or something like that. So compared to those old Sekiro, for example. Sekiro is, they don't really give you an option you need to really get good to go to the next level and stuff. Dark Souls, Demon Souls, those kind of stuff. So this one, I think they wanted to open it up to more bigger market to make more sales and stuff. So I think that's the reason that they did try to this, and
And
which
it's
is genius.
working.
Yeah, it's
It's
genius. Yeah,
working.
it's a genius method because it gives you a lot of flexibility, a lot of to cover for those kind of.
I guess the biggest
That's
part, because the biggest appeal is options, right? Like last time Dark Souls, right? If you were stuck at the place, you pretty
Yeah.
much stuck at the place, right? Like you
Yeah,
cannot go anywhere, right? Can you go anywhere?
Yes, yes,
Y-
yes. Yep,
You
yep.
can. You can. You
Technically,
can
you
start going
can.
with it.
Technically, you can go anywhere, but it's very limited because it's not open world. Unlike Elder Ring, same goes to Bloodborne, by the way. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. So, anything else, Reese? Anything else you played, or that's it for just Elden Ring?
I had a catch up with Adri on a Smash kind of session, and I got
Oh
beaten
yeah.
up by him.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
I got
Ooh.
beaten up.
We played Smash yesterday, so yeah.
Wow, that
But yeah,
sounds amazing. That sounds
Yeah,
Good times,
amazing.
good times, good times, good times.
Cool,
yeah,
cool,
that's
cool.
what it is this week.
All right, cool. What about you? Ready?
As usual, Destiny 2. I mean, thanks speaking, Destiny 2 was released. They released a new DLC. The Wish
Oh,
Ring was
yeah.
released on last week, and I had to catch up
Yeah.
the story because, to be honest, out of all DLC, I think Destiny 2, the latest one, which is Wish Queen, is the longest DLC that I've been played. Besides than Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is too grindy, but the difference between Shadowkeep and the Wish Queen in terms of like the grindiness, Wish Queen make more sense because you have to level up some places to access, and then for example, in there's one new mod where you can repeat the same mission, you can repeat the campaign mission, but if you choose the higher level, you can get better reward than the normal difficulty. And also the reason why I play a lot on Destiny because today, at midnight time, they will release a new raid location in Wish Queen DLC. So another reason why the server might be lagging, I think by now because people are preparing right now for the Wish Queen raid, and then there is a competition by the way within 24 hours. Like
Oh.
who's team gonna
Alright.
compete the raid by the way. So
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh.
So besides Destiny 2, yeah, I play Elder Ring. I have a lot of fun with Elder Ring. I'm a big fan of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. I'm really big fan
Alright.
in terms of lore, the gameplay. I'm really big
Oh.
fan. And I hate to tell you straight up, Elder Ring for those who are into Dark Souls game, any Soulboard game, you guys should give it a try. It's really good.
They probably have. They probably bought already.
Yeah, but the downside about the game, the only downside about the game is
Alright,
the
now we're
frame rate.
talking.
Is
The frame rate. Ooh.
Yeah,
You're
because
playing-
I'm playing on
playing
Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm
play
playing
on
on the
Xbox, right,
yeah,
right,
I'm
right.
playing on the Xbox Series S, by the way, not S. I played on Xbox Series S. There will be one time where my frame dropped from 60 to like maybe like 40 something. Yeah, you can
Mm.
see. I'm not sure about the PS and
It's the same. It's the same.
it's the
PS5
same
also.
Yeah,
PS5 got the
there's,
same
there's
problem.
no issue about it.
their community on the same issue as well. I think
Mhm.
it was bad on Steam. I think it was really bad on Steam. I think like
Yeah.
a week ago, but I don't know whether there's a new update or something like that. I heard that
Uh,
they came out with
There
some
is,
new
there is.
update, but I'm
They
not
can.
sure. But since then it was, I think PS5 had the similar issue as well. So where I think the frame rate is jerky. I would say,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
suddenly
Yes,
you
yes,
have
yes,
to. And the worst case kind of scenario, you have to restart the whole game again so that it recovers back to the. I've heard those kind of complaints lah, but yeah.
Yeah, I really hope they fix it as soon as possible because I can see this game. I can see why the frame rate is like that because if the PC require high spec,
Yes,
so
Mhm.
I won't be surprised if there is a problem on the console itself too. So
yeah.
yeah, but in
Yep,
terms of
yep.
the gameplay, I mean the story, yeah, the Soul style story, you won't understand a single thing. With like, what
Yeah,
the hell is going on? You have to read the
I-
law, everything, then you understand. So yeah, the gameplay is top notch though. As usual, it's just very top notch. I love the game. So yeah. I know. Besides Elden Ring, I just finished Mass Effect Legendary.
Oh,
I just finished
finally.
it. I literally cried.
Nice.
I literally
That-
cried. But
One of the best games.
Mass Effect, yeah, Mass Effect is one of the best games. I'm talking about the trilogy. I played the Andromeda one. I'm not a big fan with it, but the trilogy is really good. But the only problem about the Mass Effect trilogy is the Mass Effect 3, which is the
Oh,
ending. Yeah, the ending is like it doesn't satisfy me because I mean, for those who know the game, you
same.
guys know the story. It's about Commander Shepard trying to save the galaxy.
Second
Mhm.
happy, second
And
happy.
in the end of the day, you had to choose whether you had to destroy the Reaper,
Mhm.
control it, or you have
Mhm.
to save what you call it, the AI, something
Mm.
like that. Which is it doesn't make any sense with the story. And then with the
Multiverse.
child, yeah.
I'm considering like they're gonna come up with some like multiverse kind of stuff because
I
the ending.
think so because we call it because they're gonna make a new one which is really soon because right now they are making right now which is Mass Effect 4 or 5. I'm not sure about it. It's a continuous story from Mass Effect trilogy. It's very confirmed.
Mm.
If you guys
Really?
seen the yeah,
Oh.
if you
I
guys
think
seen
you
the
have to.
trailer,
They have to. I
Lara is
think.
still alive.
Mhm.
Lara is still alive. It's very confirmed. Lara is still alive. I'm not sure about the other character which is Grant, Rats, Garrus, Tali, and the rest of the team.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm not sure. But if they're gonna make Commander Shepard still alive, oh, there's something wrong with the ending.
That's why I think that's one of the reasons I thought they're gonna approach that multiverse kind of thing. So I think the ending itself being technically open to a couple of version of the ending. So I think
Yes.
they would go with that lah. I'm just assuming
May-
nowadays everything that's like a really easy escape for everything, right? So
Yeah,
True,
and
true,
also
true, true.
nowadays metaverse is like a thing right now.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
ever since like Marvel like introduced in the cinema
Yeah,
version, cinematic version,
yeah.
like multiverse. Okay. So
Easy,
yeah, that's
easy
all.
escape. Yeah, easy escape, and no, don't no worries about any errors that you've done. So you can always say that that's a different universe. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right, that's cool. So for my case, what did I play? Did a second run for Metroid Dread. Second run for
Ooh.
Metroid Dread, which is pretty cool.
Baby mode.
No, I just went back to the
Baby
normal. I just went back to normal mode again because the last time I played was August. I think when it came out. When it came out, so this is my second run.
October. Yep.
Is it October? Yeah, I forgot already. Sorry,
Yep,
but that's for me. It's pretty quite some time. So the coolest part is that when I first played, I'm usually not really good at games that are a bit hard, like you know.
Okay.
So for me, even that time, normal mode is hard. So I remember very clearly that there's one of the bosses like I keep having problem like keep dying. This time, I believe I die like 2 times. That's it. That got team already. The rest
Okay.
like sudden bosses, sudden mini bosses, immediately one hit, one time get through. So you can actually you feel proud that you can you actually you can see the progress. You can actually see the progress. Like I'm doing way better than this. So I'm always thinking of that one game where I want to keep playing, be very good at it, and from normal mode to hard mode, and then maybe attempt like really like don't die throughout the whole game. I think Metroid Dread will be that game because there are a lot of choices where you can play Blasphemous, you can play Hollow Knight, or Ori. So I'm gonna choose Metroid Dread to. It's the game that I keep playing, and be like very, very, very good at it. So that's Metroid Dread. Then the usual thing, like Zombie Army 4, still trying to finish it. That game is fantastic. Where you want to just unwind, right? Just play that game. Just shoot some zombie hits. What else? What else? And also like why I play this now, Destiny 2. I finally started Destiny 2 and it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reddy, for helping out. Thanks, Reddy, for helping out just now.
Finally, I ratchet someone.
To be fair, I always knew that I would like the game. It's just that number one, before this is not free, and number two, the game is like freaking 80 gigs. I'm like,
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
Really,
It
80
took-
gigs, man.
It
It's
takes like
80 gigs,
it
crazy.
takes like around 1 hour and 50 minutes to download the game. I'm like shit, okay lah. You just there download. I'm just gonna go and do my work lah. That 2 hours. I'm not gonna touch the internet at all lah. So I did that, and I'm glad I played lah because the gunplay, everything is fun. It really feels like. It really
Yeah,
feels
I
like it has the quality of a Warframe, whereas like Warframe really show that you can be a free to play game, but it's a very quality game. Not like very sucky game, but I can really feel that it's very worth like playing Destiny 2. So we'll see how it goes. My issue right now is just how much commitment I can put onto the game. If I can put if I can make sure that I have commitment, then I'll decide to like I maybe want to buy the DLC. But if it's like not, I cannot have a lot of games to play, I have a lot of work to do, then I'm just gonna keep playing the free to play version. But
I
but
mean,
we'll see, we'll see.
I have a friend who doesn't have time to play Destiny 2, but he bought all the DLCs.
Wow.
There's one time
Wow.
I was asking him, is it worth it for you to buy DLC even though you already have
Is it?
time to play?
Is it? Is
And
it?
he was
Is it?
like,
Is it?
you know what he said? Nah, I kind of regret buying DLC though. I'm like, yeah, that's why I say don't buy
Okay, okay.
DLC. That's why for those who are planning to play Destiny 2, just play as free player, free to play player. Do not buy DLC unless you have commit time like me. If you have made plenty of time to play what you call it, the raid, everything, the end game stuff. Yeah, then you can buy DLC.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a similar.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
To be honest, I think it doesn't apply only to Destiny. I mean,
Yeah, it's not only
No, it
bought
does just
a lot of
that.
games. I bought a lot of games. Whenever they came out, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy this, but I don't really have the time to play it at all. So it just live on the yeah, no. I think I bought what game was that? I forgot. Recently, there's a couple of games that I bought and then I didn't really being pushed to play those games, and eventually it just stuck there. And then I think it doesn't apply to Destiny. I think
yeah.
gamers nowadays they're gonna buy and not play it. Oh my god, right?
Especially you
Yeah,
have work right now, or maybe
Yes,
you have
exactly.
class, everything.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah.
my
True,
most
true.
recent one that I regret buying actually Elder Scrolls Online, where I actually bought not just the base game, but I actually bought like the whole thing, like until like the latest. But it's not. The thing is that the good thing is that the silver lining is that it's not expensive lah. So not that expensive
Okay
lah.
lah.
So
You
but
got it
it's
on a
still
sale,
like
is it?
I bought it on sale because of some new DLC coming. Same thing, new DLC coming, but it's still the same thing where it's like I play this kind of MMO where it's always got the honeymoon period one. It's always the honeymoon period where I really keep playing. It's after that where once I stop once I stop, that's it.
Right.
Once I stop. But I really do feel like want to go back in sometime because the Elder Scrolls world is a fantastic world to in terms of the stories. All right, let's move on to topic number 2. Okay, so we have a few 3 small little topics that we could rapid fire as soon as we can. So one of the biggest news for this week basically is that there are a lot of reviews for the Steam Deck that came out. So
Yes.
a lot of people
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of it, right? So
Yep,
Steam
yep,
Deck,
yep, yep.
for guys that don't know, Steam Deck is basically the portable version of PC, right? Basically, it's like it's developed by Valve, and then I think they distributed by Valve also. It's distributed exclusively by Valve. So even like those in the US, those people buy the units, right? It's all also from Valve's website. So, what do you guys? I just want to know what are your thoughts on the Steam Deck, and basically, do you want one or do you don't want one? Like why? Let's start with Adri. Adri, what do you think about the Steam Deck?
I love the idea of the portability of a PC gaming machine.
Mm-hmm.
I think Valve saw the potential of Switch and or they already start develop on that the portable PC because portability is a kind of in our generation portability is really important because we kind of bring it to work, we kind of bring it to back home, or we if you want to just barring on your cartel also we bring it also. That's why the Switch was really good. You can play while you're barring on your cartel or do your business to the toilet. I know some people bring their Switch to the toilet and do business and play. So
Someone's running away already.
Valve knowing this
Buy it out.
portability. Valve knowing this portability, they already jumped into the idea and already shipped this out in a span of in the half life of Switch, which is pretty impressive to me. But do I want one? Not right now. Not right now, because first off, the pricing is very steep. Right, too much. The highest memory is almost 5k. Is it 5k ringgit? The highest memory.
Yeah, I think that's about that. 4 for 5k, I think.
You I mean from that 5k, right? You'll be able to purchase a pretty good
PC.
Laptop.
Mid
You can buy-
rate
Yeah.
PC, yeah.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
can get PC. You can get a decent gaming laptop. You can almost buy 2 PS5. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Never
So
thought of
yeah, the
that.
price a bit steep, and then the memory is a bit not many, right?
And also,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
included the external memory yet.
Yes, not
Yes.
including
Yes.
Yeah,
external
Yes.
memory lagi.
yeah.
So it's like a Switch. It doesn't include the external memory yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. And gameplay wise, there's still a lot of controversy going there, especially when I heard about most of the game fighting games are not playable, even though they put like Guilty Gear Strive in their
Already.
marketing,
Okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
but it's not playable at all on Steam
Why
Deck. So I'm
though?
like,
Why
Why?
I
though?
don't
But
know.
I heard this news about Destiny where you cannot play Destiny 2 on Steam, or you will get banned from
Yep,
Steam. I
yep,
heard a story
yep,
about it.
yep,
So
yep.
yeah.
I
All
saw
right.
the
I thought it
article
was a
too.
gaming game.
So yeah, most of the fighting games are not playable, but because Guilty Gear I think they put in an official screenshot that you can play fighting games and it's Guilty Gear Strive, right? But you can't play, so
Oh, false
a bit weird
advertising
there for
there?
Steam.
Is it because not optimized yet?
Perhaps,
Maybe
perhaps.
Maybe.
maybe on Arc System side they're not optimized yet for Steam
Mm.
Deck or something, or maybe Valve got too confident and just let's put a screenshot of Guilty Gear Strive because that's the hot fighting game right now. So yeah, I think it's like that lah. And another thing, a problem that we're facing right now for all portable console is the stick drift that's
Oh
happening
yeah,
on Steam Deck
Uh,
right now.
oh yeah.
I heard a rumor about it.
Oh, it already did. It already did.
It's happening. It
Apparently, it's
happened.
reported. It's
Alright.
reported.
Yeah.
It's reported. So yeah, somebody put a poorly aged thing on Twitter, right? So one of the engineers said, "Oh, Steam Deck will not have stick drift," and then somebody put an article below that and said, "Oh, Steam Deck already facing stick drift." So I'm like, okay. So
I'm
yeah,
not sure. I heard that they say they already fixed it through software, but I don't know. Is it like as in like like real, or is it like just PR? Because stick drift it sounds like a hardware issue, more like a software. You can use software to adjust it as much as you can, but I don't think
true.
I
think
there's so
we
much you can
learned-
We
do.
learned that a lot from Switch, right? So
Yeah.
Hmm.
eventually you have to stand up back your Joy-Con, right?
Most
Oh,
likely you have
for
to.
them to fix it up, right?
Most likely they come from the same manufacturer. I'm gonna assume that it's coming back from the same
Yeah.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah.
could be because when that engineer or whatever developer made that statement is during the height of when the Switch was going through that lawsuit of stick drift. So they're just like, oh, okay, Steam Deck won't get stick drift. So that create confidence in their device. So yeah, it could be like that lah.
They just did a PS4. They just did a PS4 when the Xbox One had that controversy, right? Where the DRM
Is it
thing.
a CD one?
Sorry.
Is it the CD one? The CD?
Yeah, the DRM one. The
Yeah.
DRM one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like doing E3, right? And then PS4 like straight away say, you can actually share your games. Okay,
Yeah.
that was a dig. Yeah, I think it's a similar kind of situation. I'm not sure lah. I mean, like, hopefully it fixes. Hopefully it fixes. All right, cool. Adri, anything else to add on?
Yeah, that's my view about the Steam Deck for now.
What about you, Riz? What do you think about the Steam Deck? Do you want one?
Well, yeah, I think I'm interested in looking to get one. But of course, I think I think really appreciate how being a big Nintendo fan. So I really appreciate how the market is accepting that some of Nintendo's strategy is really working. And then I think back then when they wanted to launch Switch, of course there will be a lot of noises. People saying that Switch wanted to compete against the mobile kind of games, which is a wrong step for Nintendo and stuff. But
Mhm.
looks like Switch has proven them wrong because the Switch has been always one of the highest selling console. And I think recently just a couple more thousand before it beats PS4, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Almost there. Almost there.
And yeah, almost there. Then but I'm gonna go with like wait and see first, and then I think Valve has not a very good history record against their hardwares kind of stuff. So hopefully this time around they'll do really good. But as you guys mentioned, I think the price is pretty steep, and then I'm not really that familiar with the specs. But I heard that it's not. It's just like just a bit below average kind of spec for right, a bit. Then of course the knowing gaming nowadays will require you like huge size of data, right? So those kind of things are really going to affect the mobility of that game now. Because imagine if you want to play a couple of games while you on a trip or something like that, that would requires you to bring a lot of either external hard drive or whatever, something like that, to transfer the stuff. And so yeah, I think that would be a concern. That would somehow jeopardize the context of mobile, the mobility of the machine lah. So I don't know, because we know those PC games are the size are gonna be like huge. I think
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like Nintendo kind of games where they managed to. I'm not sure how they managed to do it, but even Breath of the Wild back then, when they came out with the game, people were like so surprised to see the size was pretty small.
Small. Mm-hmm.
Seeing how big is the game, right? So I think they really did a lot of uh, work into that. But unlike PC games, I think the sound, even the sound alone would cost you like a big chunk of size, right? The sound effect,
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, this kind of thing, and that would be a thing to see how Steam Deck is gonna deal with that last. So I'm pretty sure they can find a way, but yeah, I'm just gonna go on the wait and see kind of mode last to see whether maybe in a couple of months to see if everything goes smoothly and stuff. And yep.
All right. What about you, Ready? Would you get one? What do you think?
I don't think so. I'm gonna get one because I mean with that price, like maybe like the highest spec you can get, like can cost like what more than 5,000 ringgit. I think why not just make your own PC custom, which is you can get like
Yep.
latest
Laptop.
graphic card, at least yeah, like latest graphic card, latest laptop or maybe graphic card or maybe CPU, which is perform way better than Steam
Yep.
Deck. And yes, like what we say is true. The Steam Deck spec is not what you expect. It's quite low if you think about it. It's like you can say like it's not
Low mid?
even mid range at all. So
Low
yeah,
mid, low mid, or is it low mid
I
middle?
think
I
I've,
low mid something like
I
that.
think low mid. Yeah, I've heard low
Yeah, I
mid.
think low
kind
mid.
of, right, yeah,
Based
yeah,
on the spec, but everything, yeah, it's based on low mid by the way. And then also that yeah, it's kind of expensive though. I mean, good thing about the Steam Deck is that you can make as a portable PC, where
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's like Switch. You can dock to your
yeah,
TV or
somewhere.
monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's a great idea, and yes, it's gonna be compete with Nintendo Switch. I can see that,
Switch
but
Pro.
I'm waiting for Switch Pro by the way.
Switch
But
Pro.
after the latest news come out with the software issue and the analog issue, so it's gonna take a while for them to for them to get the console better
Mhm.
Yep,
and
yep, yep.
yeah, get used to it. So yeah, so I do think I'm gonna get it though.
Is
So
it
yeah,
gonna be heavy? I've heard that
I
it's
heard,
definitely,
I heard.
yeah.
Okay, this is the size of Switch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine it's like
Thicker.
slightly bigger, like this
Yep.
big. So yeah, and the screen,
How
yeah,
is
the screen is
thicker?
wider.
How is thicker also?
Yeah, it's thicker
It's
too.
thicker. It's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
thicker.
Yeah.
because I've heard they need to make sure that there's more ventilation, that's more proper ventilation, because you're running a so-called bunch of high-end kind of games
Mhm.
with a low spec kind of machine. You would need the machine to work really hard,
Mm-hmm.
push that those
Yes,
kind of
yes.
thing, and then it would really need those good ventilation kind of thing. And then
But
that's why I heard that it's gonna be like a bit thick and pretty heavy. I mean, I know I haven't
They even
physically.
have two extra buttons down
Yes.
the
yeah,
Yeah.
the
four
back
extra
button, yeah.
buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the downside
Yeah.
is that if you set, let's say if you play Cyberpunk and then you set graphic as the highest graphic, who knows? Maybe your battery can last maybe like an hour.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Oh
Good
yeah,
point. Good point.
it's
Yeah,
another thing
yeah,
about the
yeah,
battery issue too. So
yeah.
that's another downside. So
Which negates, which negates the idea of mobility lah. Because imagine you're in a
True, true.
flight or you're in a train or something like that.
Mhm.
1 hour would be like pretty small amount of time to yeah, and then yeah, that's the thing lah. So I think Switch version 2 address that a lot, where they realize that they need the battery power to be more
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
Mhm.
longer. So that's why they come up with that version, because I
That
think
Mhm.
they
Yeah,
V2
yeah.
and
yeah
the
yeah
OLED
yeah
version, yeah.
yeah to survive those time frame when you are on a mobile kind of mode or something like that. So I think
Mm.
yeah, that's pretty critical as well. So, yeah.
But unless
Interesting.
for those who never have experience with the game and the PC stuff, I think Steam Deck is a great deal to get it. If you think about it, but as a gamer who has PC everything, so I don't think so. No.
True.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. So for my take, just in case people don't know, I'm a guy that loves portability a lot. That's the reason why, like, when I buy Nintendo consoles, right, it's the 3DS. I love the 3DS because it's portable, and I immediately fall in love with the Switch when they just announced the trailer because it's a hybrid console, right? So I'm so in love with portability, hybrid, that kind of, to the extent where my laptop, before I have this gaming laptop, is actually a Surface Pro. I spent 6 point something, near 7K for a Surface Pro 5 that cannot run gaming well. That cannot run like cannot really run like cannot really edit videos and stuff like that. Only like I spent this laptop I have right now is only like 5.5K, and you can run games. You can edit photos, edit videos way better than the Surface Pro. So I'm the kind of guy that used to really like spend a lot of money just for the portability alone. But for Steam Deck, for me, right, interesting. But will I get one? No, because I think Reese that mentioned it, like PC gaming, right, and console gaming is very different. When people develop games for consoles, right, they make, because console is like, so there's only several variations. One so-called one development or one setting fits all of them. But when you are developing games for PC, right, there are a lot of variations you have to work you have to take into consideration. And usually for PC game, they don't have to worry about putting up the smaller setting because most of the time people can just play. PC gaming are usually like you have a beefy computer, right? So right now, right, if they develop a game, let's say Destiny 3, right, they have to worry about the Steam Deck. Will they do that? I don't really think so. So I would say that, of course, currently when the Steam Deck comes out, a lot of games they'll be able to play. A lot of games definitely will be able to play. But what is your guarantee that later on down the road, they come out Destiny 3, you won't be able to play? Maybe Witcher 4 definitely won't be able to play. Because PC is like they keep upgrading, and Steam Deck you actually cannot upgrade, right? I don't think you can actually upgrade the Steam Deck. If you want to upgrade, you have to buy another Steam Deck already, right? So if you are following that kind of PC gaming upgrading model, right, it doesn't work on a portable console, if I'm not wrong. I kind of want that if I buy something, I kind of want that it will be supported for maybe a year, 2 or 3. Like in the Switch case, it's like 5 years. 5 years is actually pretty good, and then it's still going. But for Steam, I still have a feeling that in 1 or 2, maximum 2 years, right, you won't be able to play like the bigger games already.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
And then in a way, right? I think we would. I'm not sure. Those that are pretty serious in PC gaming, right? Would they play those kind of games that are pretty extensive kind of game where on a mobile mode? I think in general, mobile games are more like those games that are, how to say, like fast, quick kind of game where you do like 10-20 minutes kind of session, and then you can just I think those indie games, for example, are pretty more suitable for those kind of mobility, right? And when you have Switch, which is definitely going to be a lower price kind of value kind of thing, I think it would be a reason for someone to be. If I want to play those kind of indie games, I would play it on the Switch because it's definitely cheaper there compared to the Steam Deck, which is definitely more expensive, right? So I would think it from those kind of contexts, right? PC games, not really. Not that mobile kind of friendly kind of thing. I don't know whether you're gonna play Destiny on a train or on a plane. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm just having those kind of impression, lah. So, yeah.
Yeah, true. And as a guy that actually brings like flies like every month, I even like the normal V2 Switch, right, I also consider it as very big already. So I actually whenever I fly, I actually brought my Switch Lite. That is like the perfect size. Imagine bringing a Steam Deck, So I have a feeling, right? I have a feeling that most people that buy the Steam Deck, right, will expect to use it like at home, would be like just use it at home. If it's at home, then why not just use the computer, right? So kind of like it have its own identity crisis.
They want to play their games while barring. Like I said.
Time berak tu like.
It's getting good reviews. It definitely get good reviews. I mean, we'll see how the market reacts to it.
David, I have another question. Have you guys heard a game called Crisis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crisis 4 is coming out soon, right? Can you run Crisis though? Can you run Crisis? That's a good question.
Most likely, it will try to push for it though. I have a feel that he want to push for it. Steam Deck, well, may want to push for it.
I think they.
For PR purpose, for PR purpose.
Let's see how the let's see how the market reacts to this.
Yeah, I mean, Crisis 3 also can run on the Switch already, right? I think Crisis Trilogy can run on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So I don't know. Like who knows? Crisis gonna be the next benchmark when it comes to like see whether the graphic card is up to par or not, right? So yeah, cool. So anything else you want to add? You guys want to add when it comes to the Steam Deck? No lah, huh?
No, we all good.
All right, cool. Let's quickly touch on the next one. Another cool event that happened this past week, is it? Yeah, which is the Pokemon Direct, where they actually announced. So there's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Several stuff that they announced. They talk about the. They start with the mobile games, which is pretty cool. But then I wasn't expecting that they actually announced a new generation of Pokemon, which is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which it's really surprising because I was which is surprising because I wasn't expecting it. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts first. What about you, Adri? What do you think? Did you watch the Direct? I think you did. You streamed it, right?
I would stream it before I play Overwatch last Sunday. So the moment the guy, I forgot the owner of Pokemon Company said, "Oh, this has been many years since Pokemon Red and Blue or Green came out on Japan." And I'm like, that's like foreshadowing
sus.
right
That's kind of
there.
sus. That's kind of sus.
So going to the announcement, right? Blah blah blah. So the Pokemon Master X, the Pokemon Go, the Unite, and all that, right? And then when they saw that trailer with the security guard, right? The first thought me and my friends said when we were watching that is
Detective Pikachu.
Pokemon. We all said, "Oh, Pokemon horror game finally."
What? What?
So eerie. I thought you were gonna play as a security guard in the abandoned Pokemon hospital or whatever.
4-person co-op.
Avoid all the ghost Pokemon. So that's a cool premise, bro. If you think about it. But then they open it and then show like a Renaissance room. I don't get it. And shows the open world. Okay, when I first see the open world, it looks very eerily similar to Sword and Shield punya environment. Like it's almost the same. Saw the new Pokemon, the Stonehenge Pokemon. That's kind of cute and weird at the same time. And yeah, then they know Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Like, oh, it's just a different shade of red and different shade of blue. And then they show. And then they show the starters, which is pretty cool. I like the apple alligator. That's my favorite so far. And then the green cat, already people on Twitter thinking it's a weed cat. Always always making fan art that the cat is high all the time with red eyes and all that. Twitter is crazy, man. And then the duck. Donald Duck. Yeah, people just say that's Donald Duck. If the people put there, if my Pokemon starter does not evolve to the Kingdom Hearts version of Donald Duck, then why am I playing this game? So yeah, but I think about the same, like, oh yeah, they should do that. So that's my first impression of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I thought it was an okay announcement. Again, Pokemon, they announced during their own direct, not during a direct where they're full of other games, right? So
well, it's technically not a direct. I think there's a definition for that. I think Pokemon
presentation.
I forgot.
Pokemon Presents. Is it Presents? Is it presentation? It's not
There,
direct.
there's a slightly there. They don't call it direct.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's
It is a
following the
Mhm.
direct.
similar format, but they call it
Mhm.
something else. I forgot. Pokemon Presents or
Oh, Pokemon Presents. Yes.
Yeah, I was something
yeah,
like that. I remember
something like
something
that
like
lah.
that.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah.
about you, Riz? What do you think? What's your thought?
Well, right. I had a good discussion about this on my podcast session. So podcast Legend of Zelda with some of the Pokemon big fan kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about the same thing as well. I think this really concurrently work well with whatever Nintendo has planned before. Back then, I think it was like a month ago or something like that. They were saying that I mean during the shareholder kind of session, Nintendo were revising their numbers. They instead of unlike I think was it PS5, yeah, PS5, Sony had to push down the numbers a bit lower than what they expect it to be. But Nintendo, on the other hand, push it a bit more higher. So and then people were like, oh wow, Switch is supposed to be like on the end tail of the period, right?
Mhm.
The
Mhm. Mhm.
They are still pushing it to a higher number, and then people were like, oh, what's gonna happen for this year? That's and then eventually when they come up with this Pokemon present, I guess. So people, I think, realize that this is why they push the numbers up because they know Pokemon. If you have like a Pokemon on that day on that specific year, you're gonna sell a lot. So I think that's why they are pretty confident that the numbers are gonna go at least just second to PS2 in the future. So I guess that's why. And then yeah, I mean technically, as I mentioned, uh, Game Freak it's been pretty consistent for the last 2 years. I think they've been coming up with couple of games for the I think last 18 months, something like that, right? So you have Pokemon Shining what do you call it? Diamond
Shining Pearl, Brilliant
Shining
Diamond.
Pearl,
Brilliant Diamond,
Brilliant
Shining
Diamond,
Pearl.
yep. And then
Hmm.
I think before that you have that Pokemon Snap, and then you have of course Pokemon Unite being pushing through NSO, and then you got Arceus, Arceus or Arceus. I think
I
Arceus
think
is
it's
the correct pronunciation.
Arceus. Arceus.
Arceus.
Arceus,
Mhm.
Arceus.
Arceus, right? And then
Arceus.
yep, and then of course the same year as well, they're pushing for new Pokemon generation, and it's a new generation. People have been waiting that for some time,
Mm-hmm.
since Sword and Shield back in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sword and Shield, and then yeah, I think it's really pushing the Game Freak team to pretty stable kind of. They're making money, and then I think they don't have to push the game this year, but as I mentioned, they are pretty confident with it, and it's really good. While I'm not a big Pokemon fan, I think I played like one or two back then, Blue and Red or something like that. But I know the fan are huge. Pokemon
Mm-hmm.
Go just prove it as well. Even I think they have some update on Pokemon Go as well, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that just show that people and Pokemon are like pretty pretty uh uh the matchup and stuff. So yeah, let's see how new generation coming in. Yeah, I'm thinking that Game Freak is one of the biggest developer with despite their quality, which Arceus Arceus has been not been praised a lot in terms of their graphic kind of condition.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
guess they are using that as a I think prototype to run the new generation. I think they might be two team A working on a Pokemon game, and then one decided maybe we can just push it for Arceus first, see how the market reacts to it. And
Mhm.
then apparently they're good, and then that's where they're just applying the same kind of formula for the new generation, lah. Violet and Scarlet. Yeah. So I guess yeah, I'm looking forward to see the reaction for this as well. Yeah.
Ready. What about you? Do you have anything you want to say?
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon, so I can't give any comment though about the new Pokemon game. Larry, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon, but am I willing to play the upcoming Pokemon game? Well, I mean, the last Pokemon game that I played is Sword and Shield.
Oh.
And
Oh, that's really
yeah, I don't have a lot of fun playing it. And then I was planning to play Arceus, but yeah, as the reset, there was a like issue regarding about the graphic, and then I heard some people say the gameplay is like not as good. I'm not sure about it. So
Still,
yeah,
still one
we'll
of the
see
highest sellers.
Yeah,
Still one of the
Yeah, it is.
50-50. I'm not gonna play on. I'm not sure. So yeah.
All right,
But the
cool.
only Nintendo games that I'm looking for is Kirby game.
Oh,
Yeah, the
oh
Kirby one.
yeah.
That
Actually,
one,
I, I forgot to mention in my earlier just now. I played Kirby, the
yeah.
Forgotten Land demo. Okay,
Or
never mind.
Elden Ring Light.
Oh, Elden Ring Light. Oh, what we call it, Elden Ring
Elden
Light.
Ring
Yeah,
Light.
yeah. It's kind of Elden Ring Light. All right, cool. So, for my case, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Okay, so I'm same thing with you guys. I think majority of you guys, I'm not really into Pokemon anymore. Unlike Reddy, I didn't even play Sword and Shield. The only Pokemon game that I bought on the Switch is Pokemon Snap. I think
Oh,
Pokemon
nice.
Snap.
Is it the one you had to take a photo?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Ah,
and
yeah.
and that's
Pretty nice,
because
yeah.
and
Pretty
that's
good.
because it has a interesting mechanic to it lah. So I think that's that's my point where if I want to buy a Pokemon game, right, it has to be something like unique when it comes to mechanics. So I think for until now, Pokemon the games that come out is always been very samey. Yeah, they will upgrade the graphic lah, bit. They change from 2D to 3D lah. But aside from that, it's pretty same stuff lah. So
Don't
For the-
tell that to Pokemon fan. Trust me.
yeah,
Oh,
I think without us joining in, right, they are killing themselves already along the way. They're like there's like two camps, but we're not taking sides. Just don't come after us. So overall, the Pokemon presentation is actually pretty fun. I think the only mobile game that I actually like playing is the Pokemon Cafe Mix. I think the one that is like
Oh,
Disney
okay.
Samsung.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah,
I
the
never
Disney
played that
Samsung
yet.
one is pretty fun. Where it's like QC Pokemon headshots, and then you just try to group them together. That was pretty fun. I played that on the phone, so that's fun. Aside from that, the rest doesn't really concern me. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the trailer looks good. The announcement trailer looks cool. I was actually wondering, hey, because it's like very mystery. Like there's a police. I thought it's like Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So I actually
Yeah.
really wanted to play Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So when it's like Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, okay lah, never mind lah. But then the trailer is actually pretty cool lah. I mean, like, actually they show a lot of stuff. They actually show a lot. It's like the game is pretty much done. Because there are a lot of assets there. It's like there already. It looks quite well built. So I'm like, okay lah. Like Reese say, there is a reason why Nintendo like increase their forecast of the units that will be sold for the year, for the fiscal year. So I guess that explains it lah. But I'm hoping that that's not just about it lah. Hopefully there's like I don't think Kirby is going to help to build the numbers. I think there's something more. Xenoblade 3 is not going to be able to bring in that much people also.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
gotta be
I
something
agree.
else. It has to be something else.
No, tough year for no.
Yeah, it has to be something else. But I kind of hope that maybe Breath of the Wild 2 don't come out maybe next year, because
Yeah,
it's quite a big competition this year
Next
with
year.
Tough year,
Next-
yeah.
unless Breath of the Wild 2 has a very killer really like up the standard, right? Unless they really up the
Yeah.
standard, else it's gonna be
Yeah.
very hard to compete with Elden Ring, because I also have to admit
For
it
real,
lah.
for real.
Oh,
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless
real.
the Onuma-sama is able to conjure something magical, like super duper, like you get what I'm trying to say lah.
yeah.
Else, right, it's just gonna be like Horizon Forbidden West, where it's just an upgrade in terms of graphics and
Yeah,
perhaps
agree.
mechanics. So but yeah, that's me being off topic when it comes to Pokemon. But I'm excited. I hope to have more spin-off lah. I actually wanted to try the Mystery Dungeon games, so hopefully one day. Mystery Dungeon, that's different. That is different. All right, cool. Let's move on quickly to the next thing. We have an interesting section where I want you guys to tell me, if given you a chance, which gaming world would you prefer to live in? This is gonna be fun because I actually don't know what I want yet, so I'm gonna decide when you guys say it. So let's try with
Okay.
Adri. You'll be the first guy lah. So what do you
Oh,
think? Which
God.
world will you go with?
I haven't decided.
Given your
myself,
chance,
but
given you a chance, which world will you like just
I
in your mind?
I can tell you it's not Elden Ring.
I can't understand. I wonder why. I wonder why.
you, wa- you just watch a random video of Elden Ring, you would know.
Some naked guy
But-
wearing a pot beating up a big boss, man. No.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good life.
Stomped by a Titan out of nowhere.
yeah.
That sounds like a good life,
Yes.
man.
But to answer the question truthfully, I was thinking one of the Final Fantasy worlds.
Mm.
I would have picked 7 because that world always in danger.
It feels very gloomy, right? It feels very gloomy, right?
Yeah. Whether you love it or not, the world is always in danger. The first game of giant meteor attacking your planet, I don't want to be there, man. I was thinking maybe the first Final Fantasy where it all started, where it was just a huge adventure for 4 warriors of light to save the world, and you have magic and all that, and that kind of extends to the upcoming game, Strangers of Paradise, which is
Yeah,
kind of like a
yeah.
retelling of the first Final Fantasy. So it kind of
I would say that that was like the prequel to the first Final Fantasy. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I don't know.
Because
It's all
because the player's name, I mean the character's name are the boss's
Eh,
name in
yes.
Final Fantasy. I don't know. They
Oh,
Spoiler,
shit.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
I'm
spoiler.
sensing a
But
plot.
yeah.
I'm sensing a plot
Because-
twist.
because FF1, even the first FF, they already introduced time travel,
Mm.
and
Yep.
and yeah, the final boss is the first boss, which whatever lah. So, but it's kind of interesting if you lean into the story, it's interesting lah. So, yeah, the first Final Fantasy world, I would be there lah, and then experience all the time travel and stuff, and fight all the monsters with your 3 other friends, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
pull factor, man. You can actually play with
that's a pull
people.
factor. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Elden Ring. You bring 3 other friends and you still die from a giant falling from the sky.
I mean, die together, man.
It's called
But yeah.
friendship.
Yeah.
Die with friendship.
Die with friendship. Okay, cool. So Idris' answer is a Final Fantasy 1 lah, right? Specifically the first one,
Yeah.
right? Cool. What about you, Riz? What world would you want to be living in?
Well, as if this world is not a game world though. But yeah, but I think I'll go with I think a bunch of Final Fantasy world are pretty nice. I think Final Fantasy 12 world is like a world that I could live in.
Damn it!
Yeah, I would live in there too.
Damn
It's not as world kind of end kind of world. But
Yes,
yeah,
yes, it's
I
not
think,
that.
yeah, so something like that. But I guess I mean Zelda world. I think those are still you're still open up to bokoblins kind of stabbing you from the
That's
back.
true.
Right? I don't know whatever kind of thing, right? Oh yeah. Animal Crossing world would be nice. I think.
Oh yeah, Animal Crossing world.
Oh, that's
Relaxing.
chill.
Yeah.
And then you can make your own house, your own
Yeah.
city. But the other side you will get a lot of debt from Tom Nook.
Yeah.
And Tom Nook will be like, "Where's my money, bro? Where's my bells?"
Yeah, I think I can survive that because I'm doing that right now. I mean,
Oh my god.
so yeah, I think I would go with Animal Crossing kind of world. Yeah, it sounds pretty relaxing for me.
I think Animal Crossing is the best one because, like, literally, unlike like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, there is like literally no danger whatsoever. So it's like that's like the ultimate. That's like the ultimate world. What about you, Ready?
I think Doom will. Like
Oh,
Doom will.
shit.
Yeah. I love killing enemies though.
Oh
But
my
you become,
god.
you become a Doom guy or Doom Slayer and you
My
keep killing
God.
demons without hesitate, like pew 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 pew. Do it for my rabbit.
Wow, that
God.
was out of left
And,
field.
I mean, things speaking, like Doom world is currently as messed up already because there's no humanity. It's only demons left, and then you had to save. You had to save the Earth, and then you had to go back to Mars, and you had to discover about the history about Doom's everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, and the reason why Doom guy being like that because of Rabbit, just because of Rabbit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then I mean like Beside than that, maybe Animal Crossing too, because you're gonna have chill and you can create your own city and then your own house, everything. So, yeah. But downside is Tom Nook. I really hate Tom Nook.
That's why you bring Doom guy to your Animal Crossing world.
Yeah.
To let him
And then
kill
just,
Tom Nook.
just kill it. You just kill Tom Nook.
they
Holy
came out about
shit.
the same time, right? If you recall.
Yeah,
they
they
came
came
out
Yeah.
at the same
Yes.
time.
And the two sides are actually pretty cool with each other, where they make fan arts with each other. They actually retweet
Yes,
the.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's actually very wholesome now where during this time where everyone is like very tribal, right? It's always against
Yeah,
each
and then
other.
I think the other time it was COVID, right?
Yep.
The
Quarantine,
start of
right?
COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nintendo actually benefits a lot, especially during COVID for Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is is the game basically.
It's the highest
Yeah.
grossing game for Nintendo right now, right?
Yeah.
I think it's behind just behind
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yes.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe you can't fight lah. You can't fight. So for my one, I'm going to steal from Reese. It's not his answer, but he's the one he mentioned just now. I really like the world in Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age. Basically the world of Ivalice, right? Ivalice, is it? Ivalice, is it?
Evilly.
Ivalice, right? I like the
Yeah.
diversity of the different races living with each other. Each of them harmoniously, although they're like fighting each other. There's like factions and stuff, but it is actually a very interesting world.
Politics type.
Yeah, it is a very, very, very interesting world that I actually wanted to explore. It's just too bad that I feel that the game itself could have been done better in terms of the world building. But yeah, in the
I
overall, is it?
I love Ivalice series. I think Final Fantasy 12 was one of my favorite. And then despite the idea of Matsuno leaving the game midway, kind of stuff, I think you can see a lot of his presence in the game and stuff.
Oh.
So
For my case, I kind of
yeah.
just want more of the world. I think it's just that I love it so much that I kind of want more. So yeah, hopefully they will go back into release, because like there's even like the Final Fantasy Tactics that actually uses the what, right?
Yeah.
So
They're
yeah,
the same universe. They're the same
Yeah.
universe. Yeah.
I actually like that. I actually like if you
I
talk
love-
about it, right, Final Fantasy 12, and then there's the DS game as well, which I know a lot of people didn't play that, but actually that
Revenant
helped.
Wings.
Yeah, Revenant
Revenant
Wings,
Wings.
and then the Final Fantasy Tactics A2,
Yes,
Grimoire of the
I-
Rift.
I just bought it like a couple of weeks. I'm having
Yeah.
a lot of fun with the game. Yeah.
If you combine these few games together, right, then I think it's a fantastic world building, like a lot of things happening. So that's why for me, the world for Final Fantasy 12, Ivalice, in general,
Yeah.
that's the world I want to live in. Cool. I think we have pretty cool answers also. Okay, last one. Okay, so we're gonna introduce this something new. Basically, it's a game show, where
Oh my gosh.
Where-
no.
where the host.
I'm not going to the game show now, so
We are trying out
Why?
something new. We are trying something new. So hopefully,
Wang besar.
what was that?
I wish we have one to distribute, but in the future perhaps. So basically, here's how it goes. The host, basically me, or maybe sometime next time in the future we can have like someone else to guess the to think about the game. But for now, the host, basically me, I will have a game in mind. All right. Then the idea is that the rest of the people, which is Adri, Reese, and Reddy, will have to ask questions. All right, ask tough questions that helps to basically at the end, within 12, 20 questions, we'll be able to tell. By at the end of 20 questions, we'll be able to tell which game is it in my mind. All right, does it sound cool? Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's give it a
Let's go.
shot.
Let's go.
Oh.
Okay, I hope I picked the good one now, or else you guys will be able to guess it in like 5 questions.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so I have it here right now. So in that case, let's
Share
try
screen.
to.
Share screen.
Share screen,
No,
share
no,
screen.
no share screen. I was about to share screen already. God damn it.
Share screen or we riot.
All right, so I don't put timer, but it's basically in 20 questions. All right, ready, you guys?
Okay.
3,
Okay.
2,
Yep, ready.
1. Let's go. Who wants to ask a question first?
Is it
Let's-
a game? Is it a game after 2010?
So it's either yes or no. Yeah. Answer is
Yes.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
So all
Okay.
That's
right.
when.
Okay.
Okay.
How for you
There's one
guys?
question.
Okay.
Okay, I'll ask. Is it on a Nintendo console?
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Good.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
Nice. Okay. We're nailing it down.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it a
fun. This fun.
fantasy
This
game?
fun. What?
Is it a fantasy game?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Three
God damn it.
answers. Okay.
Fantasy.
All right. Is it available on Switch?
I think Adri said
I
that
already
already.
asked that.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, but if you say Nintendo or Switch,
Oh,
yes,
Yeah. I'm.
yes.
All
Okay.
right. Okay. All
it's
right.
on
So,
Switch.
okay.
Time to Google.
But no, no.
It's
Is
fantasy
it
game.
developed by Square Enix?
No.
Okay.
Is it developed by indie company?
No.
Okay.
Okay, big guy.
Is it developed by Nintendo?
No.
First party game.
No.
All right.
Oh,
Not
crap.
Nintendo game. Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Nintendo games. Okay. So
Crap. Okay. I need to carefully.
so let's just try on a genre. Is it a platform or is it? I mean, you guys have RPG.
Is it? Oh, fantasy, right? Is it?
That's fantasy.
Is it? No, it's not. It's definitely not Final
Any-
Fantasy. It's not.
No,
it's not
no,
by
no.
Square.
Any-
It's not by Square. Is it a turn-based RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Turn-based
Turn-based
RPG.
RPG.
Is it?
So we have it's an RPG fantasy RPG. So it means that it could be like Xenos.
Oh,
Zeno-
okay.
Do you consider Xenoblade as turn-based? Audrey, what do you think? Is it turn-based?
Yes, I would consider.
I think it's turn-based, right? It's not an action. So and it's not let's just go with the developer thing. So we have done Square Enix, Nintendo, no not an indie. So okay, I got a question. Does this game developer a publisher? Sorry, does this game publisher
Nintendo.
do
Yes.
E3? Sorry,
What say again? What did this publisher? What?
what do you say? Did Nintendo just now? Is it published by Nintendo?
I think Adri asked already.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
saying
I know what it is.
All right, okay, go ahead, Ray.
Go ahead, Henry.
Okay. Is it Xenoblade Chronicles 2?
no. I'm not gonna consider this, but it's a no.
Ah, damn it!
Come on.
It's a question lah. Technically, it's a question lah. So.
Oh, okay. All right, then
yeah.
9 then.
999. Okay.
Oh, okay, so right.
11 more. Guys, come on.
Okay.
Ask about the first one.
Is it a running franchise?
Oh, good question.
Is it a running franchise? I mean, you got.
Yes. It's a
Yes.
running franchise. It's a franchise. It's a
Okay.
franchise.
Okay, so Dragon Quest? No.
No, not Square. It's not Square.
Not Square, yeah, not Square. So what kind of
Is it
Okay, alright.
D&D?
Oh, sorry.
Dragon and Dungeon? Is it Dragon and Dungeon?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Are those on Switch?
Is it on Switch? I forgot already.
I don't know.
Is it Dragon Dogma or Dragon Dungeon?
Dragon
Oh,
Quest
Dragon
is it?
Dogma is-
No.
Dragon Dogma is
No,
not
it's not.
turn-based.
Okay, it's not turn-based.
Okay, is it being developed in Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, alright. So it's a Japanese RPG turn-based game on Switch. So,
Okay, is it Xenoblade Chronicles 3?
Should have asked lah. The answer is no.
I said Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
What the hell? No lah.
Jadi tak come out lagi kan.
Existing games, bro.
Okay,
Okay,
exist.
okay,
Alright,
alright.
exist.
So alright, it's an RPG, Japanese made game. So what? Adri, come on, RPG is your plate. What
Yeah.
RPG
Come on,
games?
man. Do it. 9 more, 9 more.
It's
Oh, we
not
can-
Octopath.
Hold on. I have a question. Do you have to catch a monster?
Alright, okay, alright.
Oh.
Interesting
Ah.
question.
Do you have to capture any monster though?
Give me a
This is not
moment.
Pokemon,
Give me a moment.
this is
Give me a
taking long.
moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Suddenly,
it's
my
Pokemon,
mind my mind blur right now. No,
Okay.
no,
Okay,
no.
just not Pokemon.
You don't
Okay,
capture.
Pokemon for sure.
No, you don't capture.
Pokemon, okay.
You don't capture.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Alright. So let's just regroup back the question. So we know that it's a RPG turn-based Japanese game.
It's on the Switch.
It's fantasy game too.
It's a fantasy game. So what fantasy game? Man, Switch should be pretty easy to. What else? Does the
No capturing monster.
Mm-hmm.
No capturing monster. Correct.
alright? Does the hero uses a sword?
Oh, that's so general, dude.
Yes, that's one of the weapons.
One of the weapons, huh?
Yeah. I'm being very nice already, guys. I'm being very nice already. I'm giving hints already.
shit.
Is it okay? Is no indie game. Come on, what kind of RPG else?
Wait, how
I
many
think-
questions do we have left? How many questions do we have
Seven.
seven-
You asked 13
six
already.
question.
Okay, does
Is-
that game get any games award?
Good question.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ah.
That's a good one. Good question.
Well received. Is it well received?
Yeah, receive any games award?
This is a
Google
bit
it.
this is a bit difficult because I have
I mean, you can check it out.
no.
Oh, it's pretty hard though.
All I can say is it didn't get awards, but great reviews.
So it's an underrated game. Oh no.
Published by
I would say yes.
Nintendo.
I would say yes.
Fire Emblem, no, is it?
No, you
No,
just
but
now, Adri, just now, your question just now is it on a Nintendo platform? I say yes.
Yes.
Published by
It is
Nintendo.
really-
If it's published by Nintendo,
It-
no.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh no, not published by Nintendo.
Ah,
Oh, so it's can be on any console too.
What was that music? That one's Square Enix, right? Square Enix. Oh no. So we actually RPG, a lot of RPGs from Square Enix, right? So once we
Yeah.
push Square Enix, at least Japanese.
it just now
RPG,
you
so
ask, is it Square Enix? I say no. So it's not
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Square
yeah.
Enix,
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Hold
It's
on.
not Square Enix.
Just now I asked you about fantasy. Whether it's the game is fantasy, right?
It's fantasy, yes.
Yes.
Is it under sci-fi fantasy?
Alright. Okay.
That's-
Okay.
That's a good question.
Or
No.
is it medieval fantasy? Ah.
So she-
Okay, I'm gonna consider this is a one question. I good question. I think it's considered as is there a same thing called as general fantasy? Like yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
can
think
consider as
you-
I think can consider as a medieval fantasy lah. I think
Medieval
can lah.
fantasy?
But definitely not sci-fi. Definitely not sci-fi. It's your generic like fantasy setting but it's not sci-fi.
So
Business
alright,
sci-fi. So medieval.
Adri, aside from Square, aside from Square,
Yeah.
what other?
I'm a Square fanboy, dude.
I'm not good with RPG turn-based games, so yeah.
Does
Is
Capcom no?
it...
Capcom no.
Wait, Japanese developers, Capcom. No,
Konami.
Capcom.
Be careful what you ask.
That's true.
Uh,
Because Capcom other RPG is Monster Hunter Stories, which also kind of captures monster, so
It's not part of it too.
it's not part of it. It's not a part of it.
level. Wait.
Japanese.
Uh, What's that Zelda game where you uh think dance? I forgot what's that.
Is that the prequel one?
Necromancer?
I
Necro
but,
Dancer.
but those are not turn-based, right? Those are not turn-based game. What else turn-based game? My God.
Is Castlevania turn-based?
No, not not
It's
really.
not right.
It's not.
Mm.
Oh god.
Come on,
this game is-
guys.
Yeah.
Come on,
Let's
guys.
go. Let's go with the developer. Let's see whether it's
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
Capcom or whatever, something like that. Since we don't have any, is it been developed by Capcom?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So what?
I think it pretty much narrowed down already. I know it's a little bit of tricky question, but you're almost there, I think. Because there was a little bit of wordplay just now. In one of you guys' question, there was a little bit of a wordplay just now. So think
Right.
which one can be interpreted differently.
One the weapons.
Think about
So
it.
what
It's not just
what are
you're not just using sword. You're not just using sword. You can
Yeah. Okay.
use some others. You can use some
Yeah.
other weapons too.
What RPG?
The first thing we say not using sword is Monster Hunter Stories because you can use hammer, you can use guns, but the word
you
cap.
Oh, downside you can capture the monster.
Yeah.
That's
does it
downside.
consider it capture
Wait,
the
wait.
monster? Does it
Unless his definition of capturing monster is
But
different.
that's not turn-based. But that's not turn-based.
Yeah, that's not the
It is. It is. Monster Hunter
It's
Stories
the
is
base,
turn-based.
yeah, it is the base. It's the base when it comes to battle one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many questions we have left?
Two
We
questions
have
and again.
four more.
Oh,
You asked
Shall we-
six
shall we
questions.
go for this? I'm gonna ask the.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna-
wait, let's just specify it.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, alright. I
Oh.
think okay. What traits is that important in Monster? I haven't played Monster Hunter Story, so
You
what?
ride monsters, right? And then you
Okay, then you can the question would
how
you be
you
able
how
to
you
ride,
get how you how, oh
would you be able to ride a
oh
monster?
wait.
No, is that
Okay, go for it. Yeah, I'll go for that question.
you be able to ride monster in it?
Yes, you pretty much know
Oh.
the answer already. Say it. Say it.
Is it
Say
is it
my
Monster
name.
Hunter
Hunter
Stories
Story
2
2?
Wings of Ruin?
Yes, it is because there was a wordplay, guys. You don't capture the monster. You hatch the monster.
Alright.
Right.
I
knew it.
But not bad. You guys get it done within 20 questions. So we shall try the next one. Let's see if we can find a one
Okay.
that's
Okay,
so
we
hard that
won.
you won't get it.
We want this
Alright,
one.
cool.
We want this one.
But it's actually
Yeah.
pretty fun. I have to admit, it is actually pretty fun. Because some of them is pretty direct, but it's the wordplay that's gonna be it's gonna be fun.
Right.
Alright, guys.
The old Monster Hunter game. Only Monster Hunter Story 2 I didn't play yet. Or any
I-
Monster Hunter Story. I
I
didn't play
never
that
played.
story though.
Yeah.
I never played
Aw.
Monster Hunter. I tried, but yeah. But
Maybe next time I should try maybe next time I think we should try a bit more generic. But
Yeah,
I worry
general
that
game.
I worry that
General,
generic, right? I worry that generic it will be too easy also. We'll see.
Technically right. When I think it could be. I think the reason it a bit easier because it was like a Switch kind of game, right? So that
Mhm.
we be able to narrow it down pretty smoothly since then. But I think whatever it's good enough. I think that's whatever
Yeah.
we did today is the way the correct way. To
Yeah.
play.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, also. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic
Yeah,
first
it doesn't matter,
experiment.
yeah.
Alright, cool guys. Alright, that's pretty fun. So we're gonna try out again next week. Hopefully we got more
Okay.
people joining in, so it's gonna be more
Oh,
chaotic.
that would be fun.
Everyone's like
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
try to ask a question and then immediately at 20
Yeah.
questions gone. Alright, okay, again that's all for the episode
Right.
4 of the TBD Gaming Podcast. As always, thank you to all the guests, obviously all the team crews today that's been here. Thank you Adri, Reese, Reddy for being here. It's been really fun. And for all of you guys listeners, please remember to like, share, and of course if you can subscribe to the podcast if possible. As I said last week, there's not a lot of gaming podcast in Malaysia. So we are trying to do something that's a bit different. Basically, we're trying to lead the way if that's what that's the right word for it. So yeah, try to support us if you can. All right, so we will be seeing you guys again next Sunday. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.